WhooKid+WakaFlaka, WakaFlaka.
She a role model. Oh, nigga. Super rich. Cause they know red. These rappers be acting like little kids. I'm a body of the triplet. I'm with the shit. Niggas sitting in while I'm really getting it. I hit the truck and rock me pop like a drop a nigga. They be like, damn, fuck it. Look at that. I'm gonna bring it today. What's tomorrow evil? Now what the people are coming for? You want the evil. I'm gonna be super reaper. Stepping out the leader. And every king need a queen. But it's how you treat her. Guess the niggas wanna go legit. There's a lot of legal money we can go and get. But cause I know that ass rappers tryna be gangsta. Guess you wanna be me, nigga can't blame you. Who's with me? Murder bars, going syrup the charge I'm dropping. Never heard of it cars, I swear I'm from hard. Niggas bitches and nothing is gonna change that. The rap game, you looking for where the lane's at. I'm a soul man, trying to make the illest plans. I gotta build the niggas out like it's the
What's up, it's WakaFlaka and I got INDIEPOWER, bitch!
WhooKid on a warp tour. What the hell are you doing out here, man?
I don't know. I get kidnapped everywhere. I don't know. My whole identity is
So Waka says I need some reinforcements, man.
Yeah.
I'm going into punk rock territory.
Yeah, metal, trap. Like we somehow combined hip hop, trap, metal.
No, I was
rock,
in San Diego, man. You whip these kids up into a frenzy.
Yeah, we're more into the aggressive shit more than into the singing and hopping up and down. But we do fuck shit up, you know.
Well, you know, you guys stand out like a sore thumb, and that's why you get so much attention here.
Yeah.
You're really the only major hip hop artist on this thing, so you know.
Everything is new to us too, because we do a lot of EDM and festivals and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I think we did 2 shows last year. We got tested, but we weren't even like prepared for those. But this year, I did a little research, and plus, you know, I work at SiriusXM, so
yeah, of course.
I know the metal departments, I know the punk departments.
Yeah.
All those guys helped me, and then I met a couple bands here, so I'm cool too. So
well, you know, this crossover audience is great because you know, as great as that hip hop audience is, it's kind of convoluted.
And then you got the different age brackets, and you got the different races. It's like a big
different festival people here.
Full of moisture out there.
Man, people from different countries. Yeah, man, it's a great place to kick off. Now, when you were coming up, who inspired you? Who were your heroes? Made you want to get into music?
You know, especially when it comes to the rock world. You know, me coming from the hood, we all used to watch Kiss. I used to watch the Kiss TV shows, especially
Paul Stanley
when they were superheroes and shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if people remember that, but they were like real life.
They were like comic book heroes, man.
Yeah, but they had the real TV show where
they were larger than life. You know?
So
it's like, man, they're making music, but these guys can fly and spit blood and breathe fire
and shit. So that kind of like drew me into that world where, you know, and then going into SiriusXM, you know, working, you know, with Howard Stern and Eminem and all them, I started interviewing like a lot of like rock stars, like the legends from back in the day. So, you know, but Gene Simmons and all of them is like, probably one of them that I looked up to.
Still doing it, man. It's crazy.
Killing it. And you know, Osborne, of course. I met Osborne in Europe. He was cursing like every fucking 2 seconds. I love that guy. He said fuck, like motherfuck, like, every 20 seconds.
Ozzy is in his own world. And we've lost so many of these icons, man, of music. The Lemmys and damn David Bowies and the damn Princes and all that. How are we going to be able to replace these guys? You know, it looks like it's harder to grow these icons, you know, faster than we're losing them.
I mean, it's just the technology, the way everything is. It's the same thing going on in our world where even if it's R&B, there's no more R&B really. Like all the singers are like gangstered out, tatted up, they're getting arrested, doing heavy drugs, shooting people and shit like that. Like, the young kids just fucked it up. But at the end of the day, where else is it gonna go? But I think it will come back eventually, because you know, you got the Kendrick Lamars out there, you got these guys that just like sticking to their grit, talent, and they're not trying to follow but you know, I'm not gonna be opinionated and telling people what to do.
Yeah.
Like, but at the end of the day, I think once the technology came in, whether it's the internet, the web, like, you know, you got social media.
It's all kind of fractured.
We don't respect the music, like, I don't know, there's no value into the current music because we're getting it too quick. Where, you know, years ago...
A few years ago, they were camped out waiting at midnight to get the record first.
The rumors was out there. People were like,
proud to
listening
pay
to radio.
for it.
People had tapes. People cherished. You know, people had... I don't even see nobody with an album cover here, like, searching for an autograph. There's no more, like, physical covers. Everything is downloaded.
I've seen a few pieces of vinyl, but I know what you mean.
It has to be, like, classic shit.
Yeah, of course.
But, you know, technology fucked it up. So... it made this new breed of, like, you know, and then plus, you know, we're spoiled. We're getting everything so quick. We're getting everything free.
Every day you're expecting like new
shit every day. There's a new remix, a new artist, new this, new that, and then some, you know, and on the internet you could be a star overnight. So we don't even know how to value. We don't even know the value of a star anymore because people are just blowing up overnight. You got one hit record where, you know, back in the days they played on the radio and then the rumors went around.
Yeah.
And, you know, clubs, parties, parks, like. It was like a growth thing, but
you couldn't wait to play that record over and over again.
That's my era.
Now it's like, what's new? 5 minutes later, what's new? What's new?
That's my era. A lot of people think that I'm like young or whatever, but I'm like fucking. I was around when there was no hip hop. I'm a 70s baby. Like,
absolutely.
You know, John F. Kennedy
classic
died when
soul
I was born.
And funk, Parliament Funkadelic, and Sly Stone, and Ohio Players.
I used to listen to NXS, U2. Like, there was no hip hop. So and then the housey music came in, like Silent Morning and all this weird shit.
Yeah.
So all I had was like rock, house, and like clubby kind of music, and then disco. Like I really came in when disco was about to be out of here, but then that's all I had. And then thank God I lived near Run DMC. Like I lived in Hollis.
Yeah, man.
So me being into hip hop, I had everybody around. L Cool J lived 3 blocks away from me.
Wow.
Run DMC lived here. Russell Simmons at the park, doing all kinds of drugs and shit. Like, I knew so many rappers. That's why even 50 Cent, it's so weird that I DJ'd for him because he was on my block beating up the drug dealers, and then I never knew who he was, and then 10 years later I wind up being his DJ. So it's kind of like, if you're in that atmosphere and element, it's like, I think it's destined to be. You know, Tupac was on my block, but he was with Digital Underground. He was not the militant Tupac that was like, you know, going against the world and police this and that. I had the dancing Tupac with the weird clothes, and I was a little kid, so you know I didn't really pay attention to the shit until hip hop, you know, took me into the shit. Like I was chosen for this shit by hip hop. I wasn't like, you know, I'm gonna go to school and do this shit. So that's what I like about this shit, man. All this shit right here is all from one mixtape. Yeah. You know, and then now I'm here in the Warped Tour. I hang with the owner.
They're hungry for new music.
I hang with the, you know, the fucking owner of the shit is my boy, so I'm good,
Kevin
man.
Lyman. Now, what can you say about Run DMC? I mean, they crossed this thing over to this whole rock crowd.
They're the ones that really, like, you know, Russell Simmons had a...
first on MTV, first on the arenas, first.
I mean, Russell Simmons was very smart with it by, like, tagging them into the rock world. And then you see how they crossed over.
The Aerosmith.
They brought the fashion in. They brought everything to us. So, I mean, all these, like, elements is what made me who I am. Even, like, now when I got to, like, DJ Read the Crowd, like, it's from me growing up into this whole, like, this thing called music, like, you know. Yeah. So for me, like, me understanding how to read a crowd here, or Kazakhstan, or Africa, China, I go to Japan next week, like, you can't just be, like, doing the same thing everywhere. Like, I've been touring for, like, 30 years. I did, like, 1,000 shows. Everybody you can think of. So, if this is where I'm at in this fucking time period, now I'm in the rock area, I would never thought that I'd be touring the Warped Tour, you know.
Sure. It's a big wide world.
It's okay with me, man. If I'm accepted, it's all good, man.
Yeah. What can you say about Jam Master Jay?
R.I.P. One of my best friends. I know him for like a good 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the coolest guys on the planet. I know him personally more than the hip hop.
The limelight.
Yeah, but he was very, like, you know, he actually taught me, like, marketing and you know, especially, like, I remember I had a show with him, and I had a show with Run DMC, but he taught me, like, you know, just market yourself. I'm not the cutting, scratching guy. Yeah. But I want to be like the guy that, you know, everybody knows because I know this celebrity. So I kind of like switched it up. He taught me like different ways. But if you see the way I DJ, I'm more into like impact shit, like, you know, and I'm, it's not really like I'm rushing it, but I'm keeping everybody like pump, pump, pump. I mean, you saw the show yesterday. That shit was like non-fucking-stop chaos. Like, and plus, being with WakaFlaka, who understands me, you know, and I used to hang with Waka's moms, which is kind of funny. So coming up with like his crew, like Gucci Man and all those dudes. Now I'm with WakaFlaka, which is another weird thing with this music thing, because it kind of like it transforms you into some other shit where you link with other people, and when you find like the similarities, man, you can just, you know, the possibilities are endless, man. Like me and Waka do anything right now. You know,
Now, what little tidbit of advice can you give? Because a lot of kids coming up, they want that instant gratification. We all pay dues. We know the greats persevere. You gotta love the journey, not just the destination. What do you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people look at me like, oh my God, but it took me like 30 years to get here, and I know everybody. You know, so it's kind of like you just gotta like keep doing it, and then just don't stop. You know, like I went from doing a mixtape for my uncle, like impressing my Haitian uncle. Like he used to dance in my room, and I'm mixing, like doing corny mixes and shit. But at the end of the day, you just keep doing it until one day, you know, it chooses you. Like, you know, 50 Cent, he rapped forever, but when he got shot, you know, the fucking transition and the I guess that moment in history just switched everything up, and then I just happened to be there. I just happened to be like the cousin of his manager. You know, so it's like you just gotta like you know, it has to be a catalyst to everything you do, but you gotta keep doing it until that moment pops off. You just need that moment, and then you're out of here. You know, Biggie died, Jay-Z blew up, so it's like, I'm not saying Jay-Z didn't have no props, but
persevere and be patient.
Biggie held down New York, but when Biggie like went away, you know, where else we gonna look to? Whoever was closest to Biggie, and that was Jay. So you just gotta let that moment in time like just choose you, but you can't like be lazy. You can't expect shit for free. You can't expect, like, you gotta do shit for free forever. Like I did radio 20 years for free.
You gotta love it.
And now I'm on, like, you know, I'm like one of the top shows on the weekend. So, you know, you just gotta do everything for free, and you just gotta like bust it. That's what everybody's doing here. All these bands, that's why they get so much respect.
They're grinding hard.
Touring, like, come on, 3-4 months straight. That shit is crazy. Like, I'm starting to learn about this shit. Like, and I respect everything now I see why they have diehard fans and they can tour for the rest of their lives, because they really like did the grind. Like, so I think the Warped Tour is like the last of the Mohicans when it comes to like grinding and shit like that. Because in the hip hop world, you know, they use like social media, they use like technology, YouTube to promote their shit. They have they do analytics and shit to see each state is like jocking your shit. So it's like kind of like a cheating type way. Well, I mean, I'm not here to talk about how people do their business.
You can't be afraid of paying dues.
It's crazy because in hip hop they become bigger than their music. Like, there's some people that you don't even know what song they got, but they're just so popular that you just know them because of who they are, and they just like bug because they're there. So even if they do a concert and they play and they're performing shit, who cares? But they're bigger than life, so everybody's gonna be there because of the social media. Where here is like dirty, grimy, like they're out here all day waiting for motherfuckers to come out. Then they sing their songs. Like, there's a difference, you know, and I respect that.
Beautiful.
What's up, it's WhooKid+WakaFlaka, and I got INDIEPOWER, bitch!